Now, you're aware last week the Constitutional Court made a ruling, the petty offense of rogue and vagabond. Now, the leadership of the police has acknowledged the Constitutional Court ruling that repealed decriminalized the petty offense of rogue and vagabond from the Penal Code Act after it was found to be vague, archaic, and unconstitutional. So all police officers have, with immediate effect, been asked to fully comply with the ruling and stop any arrests for those minor infractions of rogue and vagabond. As a reminder, the behaviors that are no longer punishable or arrestable by law are the following: idle and disorderly, where a person, being a prostitute, behaves in a disorderly or indecent manner in any public place, you are no longer supposed to be arrested. A person who wanders or places himself or herself in a public place to beg or gather alms or causes or procures or encourages any child to do so, please just do your things. Plays any game of chance for money or money's worth in public place, gambling, playing Ludo for money, cards. Just go about your activities of playing chance. Without lawful excuse, publicly does an indecent act, wanders about and endeavors by the exposure of wounds or deformation to obtain or gather alms, the beggars who show their wounds so that you can get sympathy for them and give them money, are free to do so and they will not be arrested. Under rogue and vagabond, a suspected person or reputed thief who has no visible means of substance and cannot give a good account of himself or herself, people who have been previously convicted and he has come back to the village, he has no means of survival, such a person cannot be rearrested when he cannot give a good account of himself standing at somebody's plantation or something of the sort. So that is no longer an arrestable offense, and so on and so forth. So the takeaway from the constitutional ruling is that the public should expect the police to move away from these low-level disorders that allegedly criminalize poor people and persons of low status. And so we are going to now spend a considerable amount of time looking into other serious and violent crimes. The scrapped cases will also help us free up resources to address other serious crimes. So any police officer who will be found dealing in rogue and vagabond will face immediate disciplinary action for disobedience of lawful orders. In addition, all local leaders and the community should also comply with the ruling and desist from acts of vigilantism and mob justice. There are, however, other low-level disorders that are still punishable by law. For instance, common nuisance, where any person who does an act not authorized by law or omits to discharge a legal duty and thereby causes common injury or danger or annoyance or obstruct or causes inconvenience to the public. Such a person can still be arrested for being a common nuisance and charged. Then there are also offenses of persons found with intent, of persons found loitering with intent to commit a felony. For instance, a person who is armed with a dangerous or offensive weapon or instrument and has intent to break into a building or structure. A person who has masked his face or otherwise disguised with intent to commit a felony, such a person can still be arrested. A person who is found in any building or structure by night with intent to commit a felony. is arrestable, and also the other cases under that category.